Hey guys, Anori here and welcome back to a new drawing. This speed painting was done in Clip Studio Paint Pro or Manga Studio as my version is called. Today's drawing was a result of trying to finish another drawing and trying to start like 3 other drawings. As I've been mentioning, I have been in an art block when recording this. Hopefully I'm getting out of it now. Uh, and I had a really hard time because I've been working on some stories and I really wanted to draw these characters and I just couldn't draw these characters. So I decided to sort of try and see what I could do to keep me drawing and to make me draw again. And then I realized that I hadn't actually been using reference pictures for a long time, so maybe that in part was why I felt that my drawings were looking so weird. They all looked sort of the same pose, sort of the same thing. So I decided why not go to Senshi Stock, because she always have really great resources, good pictures, a great variety of poses to choose from. So that is actually what I did. I will be linking Senshi Stock down in the description. And I found actually this was one of her newer poses, I think, because it was like in the first of a gallery, and it's called, I think it was called Floating. Yeah. And I decided that I wanted to draw one of the characters from my new story. I mean, this would not be the final design or anything, but just to get something drawn to visualize it a little bit better. So this is Makvala. She is a unicorn character in a fantasy story universe that I'm currently writing on, because I haven't been able to draw, so I've ended up like writing 13 pages of a story, which I personally feel is pretty impressive considering I haven't really written for a long time. Makvala is a unicorn, as already said, so I wanted to emphasize that by giving her a bigger, like giving her bigger hips and the like, because she can shape-shift into human shape or into human form, and in that shape her horn turns into the gem that's on her forehead that you can see right there. And I wanted to sort of emphasize her being not human, besides giving her elf ears, besides giving her the tail, with giving her really big hips and thighs, because I mean, have you looked at a horse's hind legs? That's pure muscle, man, pure muscle. The line art was done with the G Pen tool in Manga Studio, helped by the pressure sensitivity that I have on the tablet, which helped a lot. And as you will be able to see, like, some of the things changed along the way. Her tail design changed because I thought that her tail should match the curly hair. And I started up doing everything flat, like flat coloring, mostly everything, just really playing around with the design, because the only thing I knew was that she would actually have black hair, black horn, black eyes, and as you can see, none of that really ended up coming through in the final drawing, because I felt I needed some more contrast. But that might change, that might not change. This is a preliminary drawing of her, and her design is still evolving, but although I would say I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. And that is nice to say, because I've been having a really hard time liking my drawings lately. So, yeah. For shading, I used the airbrush tool like pretty much all the way through, and just took a couple of different tones from the same color family. Like, I used the hue saturation thing to get some different colors, and play just a little bit. I mean, I'm still learning how to work digitally. I'm still working. I'm still learning how to work digitally, so obviously some of it doesn't really make sense yet. And I'm still learning how to color, how to do things. So I will say though, I am pretty happy with how the cape turned out, with part of it being transparent and how it crossed over to the different areas of the drawing. What else to say? Again, here I did lose a bit of a chunk of recording, but that was because OBS crashed. I don't know. I'm not good with recording softwares generally. I'm just trying my best. Once I was done shading though, I did decide that I wanted to change the line art to sort of match the colors around it, just to see what it would look like really. And I did like how it ended up. I used some texture in the back, stock texture that I found on DeviantArt. I will link it below. To try and add some more interest to it, because I felt that maybe something was missing. Yeah. So I'm pretty happy with her outfit in general. I did look for inspiration on Pinterest, which I really should do more often. I'm not really good at that. And to begin with, I was considering giving her like a tummy window or something like that. Sometimes my designs don't make sense, but I mean, that happens. But instead she got this sort of black sleek corset thing, and yeah. Color wise, I have no idea. This is probably why you do thumbnails, which I don't always do, which I probably should start doing. But all in all, I mean, I think I'm pretty satisfied with how it ended up. I'm trying to get back at doing again the reference thing to make sure things sit right, and it's also a good way to practice, because you get to practice how the body works, but also it gets a bit easier to put clothes on it and the like if you have already have help building like the proper foundation. I'm really not good at drawing clothes. Most of my clothes is drawn sitting tightly against the body, which I mean I don't mind. That's how I do it, obviously, but it helps getting a better idea of where to put the folds and like. Here I was just searching for what the heck I had done with the eyes, just to find out that the eyes are actually on the line art layer. Yep, that was me realizing. I'm being damn. What else to say? By the end of it, I hadn't planned, as you can see, I had not planned the background, so I ended up just putting a gradient and then adding the bouquet effect, glittery effect, with some glow on its layer, and then adding a little bit of glow to her eyes too, and by the end of it also put a bit of blush on her cheeks. Just I like blushing characters, so I thought that would be appropriate. I am thinking of doing more drawings in this series, so to say, and then with some of the other characters in the story, and I was wondering if it's something that you guys would be interested in, and also generally if you would like to hear more about the story, because I do wanna, if I end up not drawing it necessarily as a comic, I would like to make illustrations of it. So if there's anything you would be curious about, then please let me know. And yeah, I know it's been a lot of fun drawing digital lately, and I'm happy it has been. See there, I added the bouquet effect and colored the lines. I also colored the lines and added another layer on top of that with multiply, just to give some more variation, so to say. But in any case, I think that's what I have to say, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you're all doing really well, and I will see you next week for another one. So yeah, see you guys.